Find My enables you to locate your Apple devices if they've been mislaid or stolen. And it also enables you to share your location with friends and family, or to see the location of your friends and family if they choose to share their location with you. It's not an automatic process. You share your location with them. It doesn't automatically imply that they will share theirs back with you. If you're not using Catalina or iOS 13 or iPadOS 13, what you're going to see today is going to be a little jarring, because under those operating systems, the previous operating systems, Find My is actually two separate apps. You've got Find Friends, which helps you share your location with everybody else and view their location. And you've also got Find My iPhone app, which was very weird, because in the Find My iPhone app, you could also find your iPad, you could also find your Mac, you could also find all of your devices. So they brought it into a single app, works really nicely now. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to turn it on if it's not turned on already, how to locate your devices, how to share your location with everybody else, and how to customize what happens when you share your location or when somebody shares their location with you. So let's get straight into it. I'll share my screen. Find My uses iCloud to both set up and to connect. So on your Mac, you go to your system preferences. And by the way, when you set up your machine, you enter your Apple ID, Find My is automatically set up. So if I go to my Apple ID over here, you'll see on my iCloud tab, if I scroll down, you'll see Find My Mac. It's turned on already. And if I tap on options, you'll see that it's turned on. I can turn it off. You need to enter your Apple ID to turn it off, because otherwise anybody can come onto your machine. If you've walked away, left it running, turn it off, walk away with it, and that just wouldn't do. You've also got offline finding, and you'll find that on your iPhone, on your iPad, on your Mac. And what that is, as I understand it, it uses Bluetooth technology. So if somehow your machine is stolen, or you leave it somewhere that's out of Wi-Fi range and it can't connect to the internet, if somebody else, and you say you lose it and you put it into lost mode, which we will cover as we go on, it uses Bluetooth. And if your device is being put into lost mode and somebody who has an iCloud account walks within Bluetooth range of it, it will ping that device and then it will report that location. So Wi-Fi is not a given. It doesn't have to be connected to the internet necessarily for that to work. Let's see what it looks like on the iPhone. I'll just connect my iPhone. If we go to settings on the iPhone, let's move this off to the side. If I tap on my name at the top, you'll see Find My. And you'll see at the top, Find My iPhone is on. You'll see over there, My Location. Now, it stands to reason that if you can turn on My Location on your Mac and on your iPhone and on your iPad, and they're in different locations, something's going to get confusing. So you will nominate a single device, and it's usually your phone, because that's the device that goes with you more often, as the thing that designates what your location is. You can share your location, and if you are sharing your location with anybody, you'll see their names down on this list over here. So I'm going to move this off to the side, and I'm going to open the Find My app on my Mac. Okay, so here's Find My on the Mac. And on the sidebar, you see we've got two tabs. We've got devices, and these are all my devices. You can see the MacBook Pro, my new one. This is the one that I'm retiring. iPhone 11 sees my AirPods. It's got my watch. If you have an iPhone and you've got AirPods and an Apple Watch, when you set up Find My, when you pair these devices, they will then allow your iPhone to report their locations as well. So these are the devices that I can see the locations of, and these are the people who are sharing their locations with me at the moment. But you'll note that I have an iPad, but that's not appearing over here. And I've done that deliberately so that you can see what it looks like when I actually pair it. So I'm going to share my iPad, and we're going to go once again, tap on my name. Let's just move this off to the side because it may happen quite quickly. So if I go down to Find My, you'll see that my location is set, but it uses my iPhone as my location. If I wanted to change that, I can say, use my iPad as the location. That will switch over, and then this will designate where I am. If I want to turn it on, I go here, I tap Find My iPad On, and you see I've got Enable Offline Finding, and there's also an option to send my last location. Now, as it says, when your battery is critically low, if you've lost it, if it's sitting in a restaurant somewhere and it's hiding behind a seat and a cushion, it will report its last location when the battery gets down to a level where it says, okay, I'm going to die, so I better report my location. And if you have a look on the side over there, my iPad has now appeared as a device in my list. So that's how we share our devices if they're not turned on and if they're not set up for locating. Okay, let's end this. One other place I can find it, this is all really nice. I can find my iPad, I can find my iPhone, but what if I only have one device? What if I only have an iPhone or I only have a Mac? How do I locate my devices? Well, one of the ways we can do it is by using Safari. Those of you who came to our iCloud session will know I've logged into iCloud.com and I've used my Apple ID to log in. And if I go to my settings, funnily enough, they haven't changed the name of the app in iCloud. Let me just log in to find my. So if you can't find your phone and you're at a friend, you can go to their PC, log on, and here's all the devices in a web browser. Zoom in, I can click on them, and it'll find my iPad, and so on. So that's the other way we can find our devices. Okay, so let's go back to Find My again. And let's have a look at our devices. So I want to click on my iPhone, and it finds my location. This is a typical map app. If you see down at the bottom, we've got map, we've got hybrid, which gives us the satellite view, but also the street names, and we've also got satellite. And we're in this view, we can also enable 3D, and we can see in 3 dimensions where we are, but we'll settle for maps at the moment. So let's have a look at my phone. In fact, let me join my phone up because I'm going to need to demonstrate a couple of things. Okay, let's put you off to the side. So it's found my phone, but I've put the phone down somewhere and I can't find it. So if I click on the info pane over here, there's a few things that I can do. I can play a sound, and if I click play sound, it'll connect to my device, and shortly it will start. At the moment it's vibrating, and hopefully you can hear that. And if I click it again, it'll stop playing. So now it's also got to find my iPhone alert, and if I tap on this, it says find my iPhone alert is played, click OK. So even if my audio is muted or it's on silent mode, it'll still play. Okay. If it's not near, but you can see it on a map, you can click on the map to get directions. So let's click on this. Yep, you can use my current location. So I'm getting all these warnings because it's the first time I've opened it up. So it's 0 minutes away from where I am. But if this is in another location, I could actually get directions to it. So that's one of the things we can do. We'll come back to notification. Well, let's go into notifications. So one of the things that I can do is I can turn on lost mode. I can say this is lost because I'm a little bit concerned. I can't find it. It's in an unknown location. I don't really want to go there. So if I click activate mark as lost, what it does is it lets me lock it and track it. And I can also put some contact information in so that if somebody finds it, if I just happen to have lost it, then they can get in touch with me. So I'll click continue, and I'll pop in a phone number. So let's say And we'll go next. And I'll say, please call me. I'm lost without this. If I click activate, you'll see my screen changes. It locks the device. There's a message, there's my phone number, and if I tap call, it'll call that number. It's a fictitious number. But somebody calls me, they say, hey, I found your phone. That's great. I get my phone, and now I can, if I tap activated, I can unlock it. Scroll down, I can turn off markers lost, turn it off, but it's still locked. So if somebody's found it for me, I can unlock it. I don't have to. Wait until it comes back here. And now I just do the normal stuff to unlock it. Type in my PIN and use FaceTime. Not FaceTime, Face ID. So that's one of the things that you can do with your device over here. If you have lost it or you think it's stolen and it's irretrievable, you can click erase this device, and that'll erase the device. It'll brick the device. The downside on that is you won't be able to track it anymore. If you get it back, you'll have to restore it from the backup. But if you're concerned about people getting data that may be sensitive, you can wipe it and you're good to go. So that's really sharing your devices, your iPhone, your iPad. If I click on AirPods, I'm not going to do it because I'll probably deafen myself, but if I click play sound over here, you can actually get the left and the right ones independently. So if the cat has been playing with your the little iPod thingy and they're in different parts of the house, you can actually find them like that. So that's locating and finding your devices. You can find them on any device, whether you've got one or two devices. Let's move on to sharing locations. So I'm going to open, instead of working on the app that we've been working with on Find My on the Mac, let's have a look at it on the iPhone for a bit. I'm going to tap Find My. And at the bottom, you've got a tab bar. You've got people, you've got devices, and you've got me. So if I tap on me and you see this little handle at the bottom over there, I can pull that up and it tells me my location is being shared by this device. I can switch off share my location again. I can allow friends to request my location, and I can also, if I'm getting location updates, and you'll see the implications of this when we go to start sharing our information, only people that I share with or everybody. And there is a distinction because lots of people might share with me, but I might only choose to share with some people. We can also edit the location name, but we'll come back to that in a moment. Staying on me, if I tap on the info button in the top right-hand corner, we can adjust the settings. So you've got the same views, you've got your map view, you've got your hybrid view and your satellite view, and you can choose whether it's displayed in kilometers or miles. Okay, so that's your map settings. And you also have the ability here on the map in the top right-hand corner. If you tap on the location arrow, it can bring up the compass so that if I move my iPad around from right to left, you can see where is north. So if I'm lost, I can use Find My to find me. So that's quite useful. Okay, so I'm going to switch to people now. And again, these are some of the people that I'm sharing with. There's my wife. It looks like she's on her way home. She was out at my mother-in-law's. There's my son. And if I zoom back out, you'll see more people. I can zoom in, I can zoom out. And if I drag up here, you can see all the people that I'm sharing my location with, which is exactly the same as the list on the right. It's using iCloud to sync, all works perfectly. So I choose, Angelo and I are going to go, we're going to meet somewhere. And I'm not quite sure, it's a huge mall, it's Kirstenbosch. I'm not exactly sure what entrance he's going to be at, what entrance I'm going to be at. So I want to share my location just for the next hour or so. I don't want to share it with him indefinitely, like I might do with my family. So I'm going to choose share my location, and it opens up my contacts. So I'm going to type Angelo's Apple ID and choose send. And down at the bottom, you can see I can share for 1 hour till the end of the day or share indefinitely. In this case, I'm going to share for 1 hour. And now it's sent off. And at the bottom, you can see that Angelo can now see my location because I'm sharing my location with him. And on his screen, he'll get an invitation, and he'll also get an invitation to share his location back with me. So he doesn't have to add me and search for my address. He just taps, Alan shared his location. Do you want to share it back? He just taps, yes, I'll share it back. And I should get an indication pretty soon that Angelo is sharing his location with me. Yep, it's just come through on my watch. So I'm just going to wait a second and it'll share it. So if I tap on Angelo, it's trying to locate him. This will take a few seconds. It says no location found, but it'll also tell me there's 59 minutes left in here. Now, what can I do with this? Again, I can pull this sheet up. I can contact Angelo, and all of the information that he's provided to iCloud will allow me to contact him. So if we're trying to find each other, I don't have to come out of this, go to my contacts and look for him. I can contact him directly. So I can message him, I can FaceTime him, I can FaceTime video or audio, I can even email him if I want to. And from here, I can choose to stop sharing my location. So that's one of the things that I can do. Still looking for him, can't find it. So while it's locating him, oh, there we go, it's found him. So there's Angelo's location. Currently it says he's in Belleville. So if I wanted to get directions to where he was, there we go. Let's switch to the Mac. Just move this off to the side. Once again, we've got our friends, and I was right. Yes, I can just hear my wife. She just walked through the door. So we can do this from the Mac as well. If I click on the info, you get exactly the same pop-up sheet that we had when we were looking at the iPhone. So this is one of the nice features that we've got over here, and I think this is very important, not just for ad hoc meetings, but from a parental perspective. If you've got teenagers that are starting to go out, and we'll talk about that a little later. But I want to get notifications under certain conditions. So I click add. My choices are notify me or notify Andy. So let me choose notify me first. Okay, and now in my share sheet, I can get notification when Andy arrives or leaves. So if she was at another location, right? We've got her current location, my current location, and her current location, which happens to be the same place. But if I wanted, let's say she was somewhere else, let's search for Woodside Village. Okay. And I want to be alerted when she leaves Woodside Village. And I can also choose what the radius is, because maybe she wanders around with her phone inside Woodside Village, but I only actually want to be notified when she literally leaves the perimeter of the place. So I say, okay, done. Okay. And I can receive notifications only one time. Every time I want to find out when she's leaving somewhere, then I have to go and do it again. I have to set this up again. And you'll see why, because Andy possibly doesn't want me to track her. So if I click add, she will be notified that I created this notification, right? So her privacy is not compromised. I can't sneak and snoop. If I want to add another notification, I want to notify Andy this time. And I want to say, we're going to be going to Kirstenbosch. So I want to say, okay, I want her to know we're meeting different places. I want her to know when I arrive. So let me add a location, and I'm going to say Kirstenbosch Gardens. Okay, let's search for that. There we go. It's found Kirstenbosch Gardens. Now I want to zoom in. Now Kirstenbosch is pretty big, so I want her to know when I get to the upper gate over there. So I can take my pin and drag it. There we go. I can take the pin and drag it, and I can make it small. And now she will know when I arrive at this gate. If I tap done and add it, when I get there, she will get a notification. So if she's talking with friends over there and I'm not quite sure where they're sitting out in Kirstenbosch Gardens, they can come to the gate, meet me. They don't have to sit around and wait until I get there. The other thing we can do, of course, is we can add multiple locations. So, sorry, multiple notifications. So if I have my son, for example, and they're going to a concert, and my son's no longer a baby, but it's 15 years old, they're going to their first concert, and then after the concert, they're going to a friend's house for a sleepover, I can literally say, alert me when they leave this location, and then alert me when they arrive at their destination. So, this is a nice way of just making sure that everybody's safe. I'm delighted my parents didn't have this app when I was a kid, but the thing is that this can't happen without their consent. So it's, I do a lot of work with education. I do a lot of work with schools, with parents and technology. And this is a great opportunity for parents to have conversations with their family about what is acceptable. I'm not stalking you, but I want to find out where you're going, when you're leaving, when you get, because I want to make sure that you're safe. So that, in a nutshell, is locations, sharing your location, sharing other people's locations, communicating with them, getting notifications with it. Finally, we found how we can do it by opening up the app, but we can also do it using Siri, and we can use Siri on all of our devices. So if I go on, it won't work on my Mac, obviously, because, as you know, when we do a Zoom session, the microphone is captured by Zoom. But if I go to my iPhone, let's open up the iPhone again. Where is Andrea?
Which Andrea?
You're being obtuse.
It looks like Andrea Goldberg is right around here.
Yep, I can hear her. She's at the back. So I can do that on my iPhone. I can do it on my watch. I can do it on my iPad, and I could also do it on my Mac if Siri wasn't trapping the audio. So that's it for Find My. We've shown you how to turn it on. We've shown you how to locate your devices. We've shown you how to share your location, and how to customize what happens when you share your location, or if somebody shares your location with you. So I hope you found that useful, and I'm going to end the screen sharing.
Are most of the features only available on the new systems, the new applications, new device? What?
Oh, that's a difficult question, because I haven't looked at the old versions for a long time. But I mean, the one thing is that they are separated. So Find My and Find Friends and Find my iPhone are on different apps. But no, I think certainly a lot of those features are like the alerts and so on. When somebody leaves and arrives a location, that's on there. In fact, it used to be a little joke, because they've increased the security of it. Because remember, I said that if I want to find out when my wife is leaving a certain location, that she gets a notification to tell her that I have set an alert that I know when she's leaving. There's some unscrupulous gentlemen who might have been tasked with doing some household duties, who might set a leave location alert, so that as soon as the alert comes up, they can get up and start working and tidying up the house and doing the dishes, which they've been doing all day, right? That's gone. Michael.
Yes, thanks so much. I must say, I do use it, and I must say I find it amazing. I've just bought the headset that you're wearing now, and put that to the test as well. Yes, the AirPods, fantastic. But Tommy, will this work with another make? So can I track somebody else if on say a Siemens or whatever phone it might be? Is it only for Apple users?
It's iCloud that does it, and since Siemens is using Android, that won't happen.
Good, right, okay. And then will this?
Sorry, Michael. I'm pretty sure there may be third-party apps that let you do that.
Yes,
so that's a possibility, but not through Find My and the iCloud infrastructure.
And does this thing operate worldwide? So I mean, if I'm in the States, could my wife or I vice versa know where she is?
Absolutely. I don't know if you noticed, but one of the names down the side was my friend Brian, who lives in Twickenham. And I went over for a conference one year, And we were meeting up at the O2 Pavilion, which is the size of about 55 aircraft hangars. So we turned on Find My so that we could locate each other, and just we never bothered turning it off. So we live vicariously through each other. I just get a message from him, so, oh, you're in Durban, you know, or, oh, you're in Epsom or whatever. So it's fun. Yes.
Okay,
Anyway,
but one more quick question.
Sure.
Just so I get completely right in my head, if I mislay my my laptop, I will use my phone to find my laptop, and if I lose my phone, then I can use the laptop, vice versa.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it works.
Yep. And
Both
if you don't, if you only have one device and
Yes.
you've lost that, you can
Yes.
log on to iCloud.com in a web browser.
Yes.
Log in with your Apple ID, and you'll be able to locate that device from a browser. So that doesn't even have to be a Mac. That can be any modern browser.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thanks so much. What a great course. I really enjoyed this.
Great stuff. Great stuff. That's really nice to hear. Yeah, that's one of the uses. That's why I kind of spent a minute or two on that. You can share your location indefinitely, all day, or for an hour. So if you just need to meet up with somebody, then that's super useful because you don't have to remember. If you're spending a day with people and you want to go, you're going with the kids to, if there was such a thing as Ratanga Junction, and you wanted to go off and come back together and go off and come back together, you could share your location for the day. And if it's for a family member that you want to be able to let them know where you are and you want to know where they are at all times, then you can turn it on indefinitely. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you very much. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, where Angelo is going to take us through maps.